coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Let's get it. Let's go. TBP Nation, we in 2025. Let's get it. Let's go. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. We trying to run this thing all the way up. If you ain't got the membership, man, shame on you. Blame on you. We having a good old time over there, man, but we in the penitentiary. So don't get it if you don't want that penitentiary experience. You understand me? Uncut, raw, and straightforward. No chaser. Let's go, man. Hey, listen, man. I just decided to make a video about this because this has been a topic of conversation the whole time. So let me just go ahead and get it out there, man. You know, about prison food, man. What it's really like. What prison food is really like. And if I had to use that in a one-word answer, man, I just got to be honest with you. And I've said it many times, but it's horrible. I mean, it is horrible. But the crazy part about it is when I first got locked up, 87, yeah, a long time ago, gunshots to that. When I first got locked up in 87, man, the food was edible. It was good, you know, I even gotta say it was good, man. Like Southampton was the first place I ever went. Southampton Receiving. The food in Southampton Receiving, man, was like you was like eating in a mom and pop restaurant. Man, the breakfast, man, they got big old pancakes, man. They got bacon on there. They got fried eggs. They got hot salt biscuits. They got orange juice, apple juice. It was all good. I'm like, man, you know, and it's free. You know, you locked up, so the food is free. So I'm like, man, you know, next breakfast, man, they might got cereal, oatmeal, orange juice, man, fresh fruit, you know, it just was good meals all together. Lunchtime, man, they might got real hamburgers. They'll give you 2 hamburgers. They give you French fries. You know, give you some fruit or something for dessert or a piece of cake. You know, I mean, it was all of the food was good. So I'm like, oh, okay. So boom. Fast forward, I leave Southampton. Uh, I go to the wall. I get in trouble. Yeah, as y'all know, if y'all been following my stories, I go to the wall. Right? I get there. Food is horrible. I'm talking, you getting like cold bread that don't even look like bread. It's like they handmade it, but it crumbles, it break up. You can't even make a sandwich with that joint. Let alone try to spread peanut butter, mayonnaise, anything on it's just gonna break up and crumble all up. The food is cold. The vegetables is like look like they just worn out. The meat you don't even know what it is. The only thing that they serving you that look remotely edible or that you might know what it is like bologna sandwiches or ham sandwiches or something like that. But if they serve ham, man, you might get a piece of ham this big, man, for it don't even fit on the bread. It was like, man, I'm like, man. So during this time, not that I really acknowledged because I was so young, green, and just caught up being, you know, enamored and being in prison. It was like they was I realized now later looking back in retrospect, they was training you to buy your food. That's how they get their money. You got to go to commissary to get anything that you get, something that you can make that's edible, or either, you know, get something from the dudes that's stealing out of the kitchen and making the food that we're supposed to be getting. Because in most prisons, if you ask me, is my opinion from doing 33 years, they the state has food for us. But in every kitchen, there's a staff kitchen and there's a convict kitchen. The convict kitchen is where we eat out of. The staff that work there too, they got a kitchen and they got staff cooks. The staff cooks be inmates. They be telling us, man, they eating steakums, they eating real eggs, cause we get powder eggs. They eat real eggs, man. They got real beef hot dogs over there. They got beef burgers over there. They got, you know what I'm saying, pancakes and waffles and French toast and what the We don't get none of that. They get real barbecue. They get roast beef. They get corned beef. All of this is being fed in the staff kitchen. We ain't getting none of that. We getting bulk meat that don't even got no name to it. They don't even know if it's beef, pork, poultry. They don't know what it is. It's called bulk meat, and they tell you it's a bunch of old different types of meats crumbed all up together and chopped up, and you know what I'm saying, going through a grinder. Well, ain't nobody eating that. I ain't eating it. You know what I'm saying? I ate some before. I'm not gonna lie, but that was before I knew what it was and what was going on. And even then, it wasn't that tasty. It was just eating it because that was the thing to do in prison. They call child, you go to eat. But man, let me tell you something. So I go there. I leave there. When I leave there, I go to Augusta. Now, when I get on Augusta, man, Augusta is a new prison. It ain't been open like 4, 5, 6 years or something before I got there. Soon as I get there, we get there so late, they take us in the kitchen and feed us. That's probably the second best feeding I had in. When I go in there, they got big old steakum sub sandwiches. I mean, real steakums on there, like the ones, if you from the projects, your mom and pops them go to Murray Steakhouse and get them steakums, and on the little slab with the little piece of paper you got to peel up off. Man, them jumps was crushing. They got them with the onions, fried onions on them, man. They got big old plate of French fries. They got the juice dispensaries up there, orange juice, cranberry juice, either one you want. Each table got a big old bottle of hot sauce on it, a big old bottle of vinegar on it, salt and pepper shakers on it. I'm like, oh man, okay, we up. We all the way up, man. We done stepped to the big league. So we eat that, and they send us to our, respective pods and sales that we going to. So I'm like, okay. So boom, then when they start calling child, go to breakfast. They feeding good. They feeding good, man. They got pancakes. They got waffles. They got French toast. They got scrambled eggs with cheese and onions in them. They got real biscuits. They got real link sausages. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Dean sausages. They got real hamburgers and stuff at lunchtime, steakums. They even had, when I first come in, they got dudes that was vegetarians. They had a vegetarian line, right? A no meat line, and you get in that, they give you soybean patties. Man, them soybean patties was jumping. Man, I don't care if you was a person that ate beef and pork and all that, but that soybean, dudes would try to get in that line because the soybean patties was so good. Right there had soybeans with soybean burgers with cheese. You could get onions on all of that. So the food was good. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember eating soybean stuff before I went to prison. So it was good. So whenever somebody had something on the menu that they didn't like, they'll jump in the veggie line and get the soybean because they know the soybean was always hitting, right? Then later on, I started learning they had a common fare line that was for the religious people. The common fare, you got to go through all this process to get on that to get the common fare, but you have to have some type of religious-based background to get the common fare diet, right? Meaning that you have to have participated in a religious program for at least 6 months that they know that this is the religion that you practice, and then you fill out your paperwork, and then you are qualified to get on the common fare diet. On the common fare diet, you're going to get raw onions. They might give you a half an onion. They're going to give you celery. They're going to give you lettuce. They're going to give you fresh tomatoes. They're going to give you peanut butter. They're going to give you tuna fish. They're going to give you fish steaks. They're going to give you all of those. It's like raw stuff. They're going to give you that. You ain't going to be subject. You don't have to eat the stuff that they eat, but you won't have to go or be a participant in these programs to get that. And then once, if you think you can get in it and then get that diet and then stop going to the programs, once they see you ain't, just like you got to be in the program 6 months, once they see you ain't been attending on a regular basis for a certain amount of months, then they're going to remove you from that common fare diet, and you won't even be able to get that. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy, You won't even be able to get it. Hold up, I see something in my door. Okay. Yeah, so you won't be able to get it. So people used to get on that just to duck the regular meals because the regular meals was just so horrible. You understand? So you have those. Okay, but then once I was at Augusta, after a certain amount of time, after I was there for a little while, the food started a little like sliding off. It started sliding off. They started, serving the same thing all the time, and that's what usually happens in any prison. Whatever the menu is, they'll put the menu out once a week, and you gonna know what they got every lunch, every dinner, every breakfast. You gonna know what they got for a whole week because it's gonna be on the menu. So you know when you want to go to chow, you want to go to lunch, dinner, or whatever, you'll know because you can look at the menu. I ain't worth going over there, right? Then the soybean patties, they start watering them down. They start making it a different type of soybean. They start using a generic soybean that won't 100% soybean. You understand? So it's like they just, you know what I'm saying? They screwing us all the way around the board. So it came to the point then when I left Augusta, go to Mecklenburg, the food was somewhat good. Some of it was good, some of it won't. You got to pick your poison. By then, you start picking. Well, I go to this breakfast because they got boiled eggs. Or I go to this breakfast because they got fried eggs and they using real eggs. Or woody. They got beef hot dogs this time. Or other than that, man, all of the food was the same. If you eating spaghetti, they giving you spaghetti. It got the meat that's in the spaghetti is bulk meat. You don't even want that. You don't want that. You understand? You don't know what the bulk meat is. If they got anything with gravy on it, they using the bulk meat. They use everything that got meat in it. They using bulk meat. All right, then we got these names of meals in prison. Like y'all out here, y'all might call it biscuits and gravy. In the penitentiary, we call it ish, ish on the shingle. They give us some chili mac, right? The chili mac they got is mac and cheese or whatever, but it got meat in it, but it's bulk meat. You don't want to eat that. You know what I'm saying? It's bulk meat. Uh, they got this gravy uh patty that they serve. What do y'all call it out here? Like man, a chicken fried steak or something like that. But the patty is bulk meat. They call that a brake pad. It's you got the brake pad over it. But dudes be crushing this. Especially the Trey monsters, they will crush this stuff, man. They love this stuff. So they got that. They got the chili mac. All this is bulk meat material though. The vegetables they serve, man, you can look at them Jones, man. They look like they come straight out the ground, man. They don't clean them that good. They just be, you can see the roots in some of them joints, man. I'm not exaggerating. I'm telling you, the food be stinky. The tray be stinky. They ain't washing the trays good. When you walk in the kitchen, they got fly traps hanging in the kitchen. Real fly traps with probably about 1,000 flies on each trap. This is in a kitchen, a place where you eat at. You know what I'm saying? They got the zappers up there. You can hear flies getting popped while you in the kitchen. So, it's just a bad look, man. And the food is even worse. Man, they serve the same meals over and over again. The oatmeal is dry and lumpy. Uh, what else they got, man? The eggs they serve on most penitentiaries now, the eggs is powdered eggs. They stopped serving fried chicken because they had a fried chicken riot, like I told y'all. So they don't serve no fried chicken in there. They don't serve no French fries in there. If they serve hamburgers, it's a patty that's been made and shaped and molded and fried, but it's bulk meat. You don't even want to eat that. Um, I mean, it's I'm telling you, it's gonna force you to go to the commissary. In the commissary, you ain't getting a whole lot better because you're getting canned goods preserved and all that, but you still getting something that's better than what you getting in the kitchen, but it's gonna cost you. You could get tuna fish, you could get oysters, you could get clams, you could get uh chili with beans, you could get straight chili, you could get you know what I'm saying, a Simon in a can. You can get all of this type of stuff. Then you get the zoom zooms, the wham whams, you know what I'm saying, the chips, the cookies, the candy bars, the honey buns, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So that's where you're gonna go. That's a better option for you than eating this stuff out of the kitchen. You understand? Because the food is horrible, man. And like I say, they stealing the food, they embezzling the food because the food is going all to the staff kitchen. Anything that they serve us that's worth eating is going to the staff kitchen. You understand? Now, when they got administration coming in there that's coming to check out the institution, to walk through the institution, somebody from the higher ups, that run these prisons, when they coming in there, they got a visit that day. They gonna change the whole menu, the whole menu. Then that morning we might have real fried eggs, scrambled eggs. They might throw some bacon on the tray. They gonna cook real biscuits. You know what I'm saying? The lunch gonna be nice. They gonna have real burgers like they probably went and got them from Hardee's or something like that, because they be collabing with them people sometimes, and them people donate stuff that they ain't used, and they'll take that and recycle it and feed it to us. But dudes will go over there to eat it because we ain't eating no real beef. You know what I'm saying? They'll let you know, oh, we got real beef hamburgers in the lunch today, bro. And you know somebody coming up there. You know, administrative head coming up there, the deputy director or somebody like that coming up in there. You know, so they gonna change the menu just to fake with them like they feeding us like this every day, which they're not. And if you so bold as to pull up on one of them visitors that's walking around and say, hey, look, man, they don't be feeding us good, man. They be doing it, man. Them people gonna lock you up. Soon as them people leave, they gonna lock you up, and they gonna use it as a guise, as investigation. But they gonna lock you up to send a message to the rest of the people. Don't pull up on these. Don't embarrass us when these people come up in here. Don't you pull up on them and try to tell on us, try to snitch on us. Yeah, they gonna let you know that ain't acceptable. You going to jail. And they're going to justify it by saying you're on investigation. Whoa, well, you pulled up on somebody that came in here in an aggressive manner. We had to figure out what was going on because, yeah, we won't have that. But all the time is because you letting them people know what's going on here. So they rule by intimidation. They rule by, you know what I'm saying, scare tactics, and let you know, you know what I'm saying, they're going to make an example out of somebody because they know what they doing is wrong. The food that we eat in there, man, I'm telling you, they would not feed this food to a animal, dog, to a dog. If you fed the prison menu to a dog 7 days a week, that dog would start losing weight, and or that dog whole digestive system would change. He wouldn't even want to eat it. You'll start going out there, the lunch will still be there, the breakfast will still be there. He ain't gonna want to eat it. But this is what they serve us. You know what I'm saying? On a day-to-day basis, man. And so you gonna have to, if you ain't got nobody on the street that's giving you money, that's looking out for you, where you can hit that commissary on a regular, and you're gonna have to hit it on a regular because you gotta eat every day. So the food is gonna go, because the food is already overpriced. They already price gouging the food, you know, because they know we locked up, you know. So yeah, man, that food thing was vicious, man. I told you I ain't eating in the kitchen for decades, man. Because once I got hip, and it was a good thing that I did that, not knowing how much it would, you know, benefit me in the long run. Because there's a lot of dudes that I know that was locked up for as long as I was, or longer, and they got out, man. And you know, back in the day when you had no options, and they was eating this food for decades and decades and decades, and messed them up, man. They got colon cancer, they got different things, and it's just too many of them that it happened to look at it as a coincidence. And it's probably because of that bulk meat that they feed in there. You know what I'm saying? I look for eventually them to end up getting a class action lawsuit against the Department of Corrections for feeding this type of food, man. You know what I'm saying? The kitchens got roaches in it. Kitchens got rats in it. I know this for a fact because I've been in the cell with people that work in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Junkie Jerry was one of the lead cooks. He always get in the kitchen because he a certified cook. Everywhere he go, they gonna give him a job in the kitchen. He one of the main dudes. Said, man, you don't eat that bulk meat, do you? Nah. I said, why? He said, because even on the boxes back there, it say, not to be sold or not for human consumption. What? Real talk, man. This is in there. Yeah, not for human consumption. Yeah, and they sell it to, they don't sell it to us, they give it to us. And it ain't to be sold, so they ain't breaking that rule. But I guess they feel like they ain't breaking the other rule neither. It's not for human consumption. Why they don't feel like they're breaking that rule? Because they don't look at us as human. They don't treat us as human. They don't even acknowledge us as human. We just a number, you know. So these are things you have to figure out yourself, man. And then, like I say, just going over there every day. Some dudes ain't got no choice. You got to realize some dudes ain't got no support. Some dudes ain't got nobody sending them no money. Some dudes that got people sending them money, they use the money to get high, to do drugs, to do all this other stuff, and still go over there and eat that bulk meat. Then you got a lot of dudes that get high and they use their money for that. They ain't got no other choice but to go over there and eat the kitchen, because if not, they ain't got no other options. They ain't got no money to go to the store. All the money that went to drugs. But man, I did my very, very best, man, and thank God to my people and my family and the people that love me, man, not to eat out that kitchen though, because I knew it was unhealthy, it was unsanitary, and the food ain't mean you no good. No good. I can't think of one good meal in prison, man. Only thing I ate out of the kitchen was hot dogs. Sometimes if they had beef hot dogs, you know what I'm saying? And or if they had like on Thanksgiving or something, they might have their processed turkey, but that's close as you gonna get to real turkey. You know what I'm saying? I get a couple of slices of turkey from a dude. I buy him if the dude done sold and stole something. I buy it. You know what I'm saying? I get the fresh onions out there, the fresh tomatoes, the fresh celery sticks. You know what I'm saying? I get fried eggs out there. I get whole eggs. Dudes will bring me the whole eggs when they can get them. You know, I didn't like peanut butter. Dudes can get peanut butter out there. Peanut butter is good for you, but I just ain't like it. I couldn't eat it in bulk like dudes do. Peanut butter is one of the biggest selling joints in the prison. They get in the commissary and out the kitchen if you can steal it. Peanut butter. A lot of dudes use that because it got protein in it. I get jelly out there, but jelly was hard to get too because dudes will use the jelly to make the wine. So they jack the prices up on how much they selling jelly for. But my main thing out of the kitchen, or probably the only thing that I really ate out of the kitchen, was eggs and the beef hot dogs, because it won't nothing else in the kitchen really real. I get the onions, the green peppers, the lettuce, the tomatoes, stuff like that, the vegetables. But other than that, no food items out of that joint. They ain't had nothing food item. And even the pizza, they'll serve a little cheese sliced pizza, but I ain't even really rock with that too tough because it would just look like a plain piece of dough with a little with some burnt cheese on it. That's it. But you have dudes in there that will fight for these meals. You have dudes in there that will unalive you for these meals. You have dudes in there that they ain't got nothing else coming and they want it. You got dudes that go in there to eat off of 4-5 dudes' trays of dudes that they know don't eat it. They'll eat all of that. They'll take that. You got dudes that go in there and steal all of that food and they'll bring it back and remix it, put some sausage with it out of the commissary, mix some tuna fish with it and add that in as fillers like dudes do with dope, and cut the dope and make that and be serving and selling these meals, not telling nobody that they got some of this food out of the kitchen so they can make a profit. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to determine who you will buy food from as well. You did. And I'm gonna tell you something. One of the main things in prison to do is to eat, man. That's one of the major, major things that you have to find out what and how you gonna do that every day is to eat. To eat, you in captivity and you a ward of the state, and you have to figure out how you gonna have some food in your cell at night because this last dinner is being served by 5:30. By 5:30, all the kitchen is shut down. Ain't nobody else, and you done been fed already. So you got to think from that time, 6 o'clock at night, till the next morning. If you ain't got nothing in your box, you ain't got nothing else to eat. So now when you wonder why dudes be robbing dudes and taking their food and just robbing them on commissary day, because dudes is starving in penitentiary, literally starving, trying not to eat that garbage. And even when they got to eat the garbage, it ain't fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can't tell you how many times dudes caught food poisoning in prison because they serving us bad food, rotten food. I caught food poisoning in prison 2 times. 2 times, man. You know what I'm saying? So that was another reason that I never wanted to be eating in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And some of them times came off of holidays when they got holiday meals, but they still serving bad food. So yeah, man. Yeah, prison food, man. It is that horrible, man. It is that nasty. It's disgusting. It stinks. Um, it's not healthy at all, man. So yeah, that's another reason for you to stay up out the penitentiary. Because if you want to eat healthy, if you want to be healthy, the penitentiary ain't going to be the place for you. So if you ain't got nobody that's willing to go to work every day and bust their butt to pay their bills or whatever, they cut you a slice of that pie and send you some money every month for you can eat, don't go to penitentiary. Don't go. You understand? But anyway, I know this ain't your typical video, but I wanted to drop that on y'all. Y'all drop a like on me. Drop a comment on me. Let me know what you think. If you got somebody that's locked up that you love, man, make sure you send them a little money. For nothing else, just make sure they can eat, man. just to make sure they can eat, man. Because that type of food they serving in there will have a long-term effect on you, man. You know, in your body on the inside, and you might not pick it up till years and decades later. But you know, shout out to all the brothers in there thugging, man, still trying to get up out here, man, and still ducking their kitchen, man. Salute to y'all. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Hey, man. Duck them hooks, man. And you don't want to be in no prison kitchen line for sure.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.